Hi, my name is Josh Brill. Forgive me here, this is a bit outside my comfort zone, so just go along here with me. I wanted to take a minute to talk about a little bit about myself, what's important to me and why, so that you get a sense of the true me, to just kind of stand out from the noise that's out there. I've been in Arizona since I can remember. I'm pretty much a native to the Phoenix Valley. I've lived in the Surprise area since 2003, and my life before real estate, I designed hospitals and buildings and restaurants, and because of that, it took me across the entire valley. And so, although I live out in Surprise, I serve the entire valley where anybody needs help. That's where the motivation is. It's there for the people. Like I said, my background prior to real estate was designing multi-story, multi-million dollar hospitals, operating rooms, and stuff like that. And I genuinely and truly love doing that. I have a degree in virtual design, and I have a very large construction background. However, through the 15 years or so of doing that, I felt like I was missing something, and that was connection with something more important than a project. And I made the decision to leave a very good job, a job that I genuinely loved, something I'd worked my whole life for, to go to straight commission. All the while, my wife stayed at home with the boys, and it was all on me. And so, like I had started off saying, stepping outside my comfort zone, I really stepped outside my comfort zone. And since then, I'm into my third year now, and I have served probably close to 100 clients now, and I've found many, many homes for them. I have helped impact their lives, and what used to be the jobs and projects that were important to me, now it's the people, and it's motivated specifically behind wanting to teach and wanting to share, and just in general creating a safe place for people to ask questions and be themselves. I think there's a lot of noise out there, and it's kind of hard to feel comfortable sharing a chapter of someone's life with somebody else to help you along, whether it be buying or selling or renting, or hell, just even having questions. And so I wanted to take a minute to let you know about myself, how I serve my clients, whether it be a buyer, a seller, or even a renter. Buyers need patient agents. It would take me probably 30 houses alone before I felt comfortable committing to that. And I think it's important that an agent be patient. This is a process. It's organic, and I think so many people in this industry forget that this is about relationships all before buying or selling a home. And I work really hard to become friends with my clients, to teach them what's going on. When we're out looking at a house, it's not just conversational things that are going on. It's me talking about, did you think of this? What do you think of the road back behind you? Or would this street light bother you? Did you notice that there was a transformer in the front? Or did you notice that this is north-south exposure? Hey, maybe we might have some paint problems over here. Genuinely point out those things, because at the end of the day, it's your job to be there looking at the home, but it's my job to be asking questions that you may have never thought to ask. All the while, we're supposed to be talking about strategies and how we can position our offer to stand out amongst the other offers. All the while, it's really a low-key, very involved, a sense of genuine servitude to my people. And when we close on a house and we've moved on, the nice thing is that I'm not done. I can still pick up the phone and I can still call you. There's a person on the other end, rather than it being one of my hospitals or operating rooms that it's done, and we've moved on. I think that's really important. If you're a seller, you need someone who's going to do more than just put a sign out front. You need someone who's going to have attention to detail, to tighten up the tie, polish the shoes for the really big job interview. But at the same time, you want it to be, you don't want to feel taken advantage of. And I believe that if you're going to serve clients in selling their home, you genuinely need to commit to that. You need to offer a fair price and not an entitled price. And you need to provide services that are more than just, like I said, putting a sign out front. It's extremely important that someone be patient and understanding. Some people kind of forget that we're dealing with the biggest emotions that just show up throughout transactions like this. And we've all known people to drink a little too much alcohol, and they're either happy or they're sad or they're mad or mean. And when we get into these kinds of contentious transactions, or a transaction that's just very emotional because you're having to sell a home that you've been in your whole life and watched your kids grow up in, and now you need to go buy a house when the market is really a seller's market, and that draws out a lot of emotion. And it's incredibly important that people who are in my position, my team's position, that we're emotionally fit to serve you through that process, and to know that this is a safe place to express yourself. This is a place that we're going to be there for you, work for you, cry with you, sweat with you, whatever is needed. But you know that this is a safe place. And even if it's a matter of, I have a question about selling my house. I don't know anything about it, but I need some help. But I don't want any expectations that I have to sell my home. And you'd be surprised at how many times, once people know that I'm here to answer questions, I'll spend 30 or 45 minutes putting a evaluation together for you. And then as we go through this, I'm leading you to your best decision. And if that means that now is not the right time to buy, or now is not the right time to sell, then now is not the right time to sell. But you know that you were armed with honest, good-natured intentions and information, so that maybe in a year from now, when things are different or your circumstances are different, you've got an armed perspective on what you're going to do. Even as far as renters, I know it's silly, but renters are people too. And I think that there are too many agents that step back and say, sorry, I'm too busy, sorry, I can't do this, sorry, there isn't enough money in that. But at the end of the day, again, people need a safe place to ask questions with no expectations, with no strings attached, no bullshit, no pressure, none of that stuff. And so, I wanted to take a quick minute to talk about what is important to me and why it's important to me, and a little bit about myself. But again, to be honest and transparent and vulnerable. And so if you have any questions, I would love to help you. I would love to introduce you to the people on my team to help us through this. But the short of it is I'm a real person. I care about what I do. And at the end of the day, it's about you, the client, before it is myself. And that is a level of service that I will take to the grave. And however we can help, however I can help, I'm grateful for that opportunity. So if you have any questions, please reach out. My contact information you can see is on there. So again, thank you. Much love. We'll talk to you soon.